Do you want to play a game that looks like this? And then be able to do it yourself? Then join me as you do this. Let's put the wrong answer, you see. Let's begin. So we'll open a new Pictoblox and we'll start. Okay, so open a new Pictoblox. We are using broadcast here, so I'll delete 2B. I'll go and choose a sprite. I'll choose a sprite called Abby. And bring Abby here. So we have Abby's sprite. You can change the background. So let's change the backdrop to maybe a school on a compound. Okay, so the school compound. Abby is here. The next thing is to get another sprite. So let's get a sprite that's correct. Okay, now when you look at this sprite, go to costume. Okay, so we are using the green one. We can add another sprite from here. For it. Then we are here. Then we start giving a code to Abby. Alright, so let's call this Divina. Okay, so this Divina is going to ask questions. Right, so now Divina will. We need to bring another sprite called start. So when the start button is pressed, so let's bring a button, and then let's give the button a name. Or let's go here and change the color of the button. So you can change the color of the button. Let's say green. Yes. And then let's highlight all. And then the outline. Okay, then highlight everything. Let's change the color again. So in the middle, I'm changing it. Okay, so you can just choose any color you choose. That's fine. And I'll type inside this. I'm going to use white color. So that's fine. Start. Then I can build it. Right. So it becomes a button. Okay, so that's the start button. So we call this start. So that's the start sprite. Then this is the correct and wrong sprite. Correct. And So we have all these three sprites. Okay. Now let's, when I click on the start button, before this will appear, the winner will appear, and then when the answer is wrong, this will appear, and then when the answer is correct, the green one will appear. So to begin with, let's hide some of the sprites. Okay, so let's hide the winner by going to event, then when flag click, go to looks, and then we say hide. Okay, so let's try it and see. Oh, it's gone. Now let's go to the correct and wrong button. That one too, when I start, it should hide. Let's try it and see. Yes. Now this is the start button. So we're going to put the start button. Okay. We're going to put the start button. So when I click on this sprite as the start button, okay, that means with the moment I click on it, the winner will appear. So this one has to hide. For that one, I go to event and I say when this sprite click, okay, then we go to looks and say hide. So it will hide, and then we have to broadcast a message that will tell the winner that it's time to start the program. So we go to control, now event, and then we broadcast a message called start. So that message is there. Now the winner has to receive that message. So we go to event and say when I receive a message, that's start. Okay. When I receive that message called start, then what should I do? The winner should show now. Let's test it and see. When I click on the start, the winner will show. When I click, the winner will go. Okay, and the winner is gone. And we want the start button again. So we'll go to the start button and give it a code. Alright. So anytime the start button is pressed, flag is clicked, it has to show. But when I click on it, it has to disappear. So I go back again, event, when flag click, show. It means that I want to start the program. So when I click here to show, and I click here to hide, the winner will show up. The next thing is to position the start button. I want it to be in the center of this canvas. Okay, so I'll go to motion and then I'll say go to. Alright, so I'll go to x0, y0. So always it will be at the center. Okay, that's fine. The next thing to do is to go to the winner and then start the activity for today, which is we want to multiply. Okay, we want to multiply. We want to do some mental game here. So we'll ask some multiplication questions: 2 times 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 8, and then you have to be answering. If you answer it correctly, you get a score. Then you get a clap. If you answer it wrongly, you don't get any score, and then you don't get a clap. But people will put at you, something like that. So let's do it. So you need to create a variable to keep the numbers that will be showing. So you go to variable, say make a variable. Let's call it n1. That's number 1. And then let's create another variable again and call it n2. That's variable 2. So we have n1, n2 showing here. Okay, so we'll go to, we're still on variable, you say set variable n1, okay, to 0. Then we'll bring another one, set variable n2 to 0. So when I click here, numbers, so we'll go to operators. We have random. I want the numbers to appear at random. Okay, so I'll bring random here, then I'll put another random inside this. Now what do I want to do? I want to pick a number from between 2 or from 2 to 12. Okay, any of those numbers will appear on both sides. Okay, let me demonstrate this. So if I'm picking a number from 1 to 10, when I click on it, this, you see, the number keeps appearing at random. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. Right, let me delete this. Now the next thing is to run and see. So we run, we'll click on the start button, and what happened? Now we have to ask questions. So we set this. Now let's go to sensing, and then we ask question. So pick 2 of it, put one here, pick another one, put it inside the banana. Okay, so the first one, we'll go to variable and pick n1, join n1, n2, then if it's addition plus, if it's multiplication, the x there. Okay, so when I click here, ask, okay, so I still go to sensing, and then you see answer here. But let's do something. Let's bring condition. So go to control, and then we have if else. So we have if then else. So if else. So if the answer is correct, what should happen? So go to operators. So if the answer is equal to, that's what you're going to use. If the answer is equal to, okay, so we go to sensing and say pick answer. Right. So if the answer is equal to what? If the answer is equal to n1 times n2. So n1 times n2. Go to variables, pick n1 multiplied by n2. Then what happened? You should broadcast that the answer is correct. Okay, if the answer is correct, then we should broadcast the message that the answer is correct. To do that, go back to event, then you see broadcast message correct. Then we do, if the answer is not correct, then it will be wrong. So you broadcast another message. Go to here, select right, run. Okay. Then what should happen? Let's bring a forever loop. Forever will allow the code to run as long as we are playing it, or all the conditions are fine. So let's test it. It's good to test. So when I click on the start button, message, I have to come here and say when I receive correct message, then I go to loops and say switch costume to what. Okay, so on the start button, when you click here, you have costume 4A, button B, button 4A, and button 5B. So we can rename this and make it correct button, wrong. And then we call this button correct. Okay, so we come back to the code. So when I receive and see, so 8 show. So if it's correct, so let's try it again. Yes, it's showing now. Okay, so when I put wrong answer here and I enter, it is still showing. So so it will show, and then let's say it should show for some few seconds. Show for some few seconds. So say 0.2 seconds, and then it should hide again. So let's test it. Okay, so it will show and then it will go. Okay, so that's it. To show and then it will go. Alright, now if it is wrong, okay, so let's duplicate this code, then just change this one to wrong, then it should change this to wrong, and it will show the wrong one and then it will go. Okay, so let's go back to this side. That's done. And the next thing to do is to add some sound. Okay, let's add some sound to it. So go to sound, and then let's go to sounds here. Let's go to extension, and let's say clapping. So let's pick clapping. I want to come back here, and let's say if it's correct, clap. I get a lot of clapping. Then if it's wrong, let's go back again. Then let's go here. So let's look for laughing. So you choose crowd laughing. Let's smooth it later. And then if it's wrong, you should play this. So let's test it. It's good to test. See it. Then get it. So our code is working now. Okay, and try this again. Get it. Okay. Now, time to add a stopwatch. Okay, and then we have to also add a score. So if the answer is correct, you get a score. If it's wrong, you don't get any score. So let's create another variable called score. Then let's create another variable called time. Now, these two, N1 and N2, don't want you to know the number that will be appearing. So let's take it out. So let's put the score at the corner here and put the time here. You can change how you can put a large number here, but then this one we wouldn't know which one stands for score and which one, so we go to read out, and then so let's still use read out, so you know that there is time and then there is score. Okay, so let's go to our backdrop, click on it, and let's give a code to a backdrop. That's the timing. So we want to play some song here. Let's add some music. So forever, when the game starts, go to sound. Go to sound, and then let's choose some sound. Let's go to okay, so let me smooth it a little. Okay, so I'll come here, I'll go to sound, and not this one. Okay, now that's fine. The next thing, when I receive start, okay, then I want the time to start reading, so I'll go to variables and I'll set my time. I want to play this for, let's say, 30 seconds. I want to see the number of questions you can answer within 30 seconds, so I'll change this to 30. I'll change this to 30. Then I bring a control. I go to control and I'll select repeat until, so let's create the condition until the time is less than 1. Okay, so go to variables and select time and say repeat this until time is less than 1. Okay, then wait for 1 second, so we want the time to be changing every second, and then we'll change the time, we'll let it reduce by -1. Then let's try it and see. When I click on the start button, start reducing. It's working perfectly. You got it? Yes. Alright. Now, the next thing is to program the score. So let's go to Devina and say when I start, set score to 0. And when the answer is correct, change score by 1. Change the score by 1. Okay. Alright, let's try it and see. So you see it's changing. So you change it and I put 4 here to go to 2. Okay. So that's correct. Now let's create a game over sprite. So let's go to paint. Let's draw a box, a rectangle. A rectangle. Okay, so I can change the color. Okay, then I want to write game over. I want it to be white. So I'll type here, select the T, right? Game over. Okay, so I'll call this sprite game over. Then I'll add a code to it. So the moment I click on the start button, I want the game over to hide, and then I'll broadcast a message. So I'll broadcast a message anytime. So we go to the backdrop and we broadcast a message that when the time has elapsed, okay, we should broadcast that game over. Game over. So we've done that. Then we come to the game over and say that when I receive game over, then it should show up. Show. When I receive game over, show. Okay, so when I start, zero, it will pop up. Okay, alright, but the song keeps playing, so you need to do something about it. So when I receive game over, so the game over has popped up. Now let's go to the VINA. Let's tell the VINA that it should also stop. So when I receive event, when the VINA also broadcast the message to the VINA, say when I receive game over, then we go to control and say stop all, stop all, stop all, stop all. So let's see. Everything is working fine for us now. Everything is working fine. So let me enter around and see. So it's game over. I can't do anything. That is it. So we've been able to create a game. Let's save it. Let's call it brain game or memory game. Memory game. And you click on save. So you look for your folder. If it's on desktop, you look for it. My folder is in my document and it's called Pictoblox. So I'll save it into it. That's brain game. I'll save it. So I have my game ready. So this is a very simple game I have created and it's step by step. Watch the video, pause it, practice. If you have any difficulty, don't hesitate to put a comment on the page or go to our classroom and just send us a message. We'll respond to it. We'll help you resolve all the problems you are facing. And secondly, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, and share. See you as you keep